In the low hills of Southwest Virginia, cyberspace has arrived at this 85-year-old farmhouse. Inside, Jenny Moore takes a stroll down Main Street and beyond. The mother of 4 emails neighbors, checks out store sales, even stays in touch with fellow goat breeders around the world.
It's enabled me to be a lot more efficient, enhanced the other things that I do. Being an at-home mom, a lot of times you aren't connected to anyone except the little ones. It's nice to be able to be connected with the outside world and not have to be a computer junkie to do it.
Jenny's passport to cyberspace comes courtesy of a bold experiment that's turned her real community into a virtual one, the Blacksburg Electronic Village. Blacksburg is the home of Virginia Tech. Most of its 36,000 residents are associated with the university, which has had internet access for years. Wiring the rest of the town was an easy next step. In 1993, Virginia Tech teamed with the local phone provider to bring the town's 30-year-old switch station into the digital future. Now, for a small monthly fee, every home equipped with a computer and a modem can link to a virtual version of the town and the internet. With a click of a mouse, Blacksburg's netizens can browse at the virtual storefronts of dozens of businesses, including Wade's Grocery. They can view the latest exhibit at a local art gallery, and they can find out how to join civic groups and clubs, among them Blacksburg's amateur rugby team. Town Hall has also gone digital.
Just about anything about how to obtain a dog license, how to sign up for water service, what to do if your sewer clogs, things that you would normally come into a town hall and receive are available online.
Creating virtual Blacksburg was relatively easy. Convincing residents to become cyber citizens was another matter.
The field of dreams model does not work. If you build it, they will not come. The technology is relatively simple. The software is relatively simple. What's been difficult is teaching people why it's important to them in their own lives to be connected. And that's a much tougher job.
And that's a double click.
An evangelist of Blacksburg's electronic experiment is Courtney Vargo, a graduate student who works part-time as the network's information manager.
Blacksburg Electronic Village a year and a half ago really was essentially just a shell. The network infrastructure was pretty much in place. The services were there, but people weren't making very much use of them yet. So that really gave us the push to start working on the information that was online and helping people understand how they could use this technology for themselves. Yep, there you go. Now we're in business.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, log in, my dear.
For the Hassel family, going online is almost a nightly ritual.
Bring up my mail client.
Jim, a local computer company executive, has been navigating the streets of virtual Blacksburg since its beginning. Now his daughter Annie often ties up the computer chatting online with friends from Blacksburg High.
Can you check my mail?
Oh, sure.
And next door in the basement of his home, Jim's 80-year-old father is just as attached to the net as he is to his weekly bridge game. Walter Hoberton is using the internet to trace his family's history.
When I retired, I never thought that I would be in anything like this, but I am glad I am, because it's not only been fun, it's broadened my outlook on life.
People want communities, people want a home on the internet. They want a place they can sort of call their own.
When the renowned futurist Marshall McLuhan spoke about the electronic village 30 years ago, he imagined a world that was united by television. And in fact, TV networks like CNN have helped make that dream come to pass. But there's a whole other kind of electronic village that is springing up out there, and it portends some monumental changes ahead for all of us. Let's jump on the internet now and say hello to the folks in Blacksburg, Virginia. Blacksburg isn't much more than a small dot in the state that helped spawn the American Revolution, and which today may be the cradle of another American upheaval. Businesses and 36,000 citizens wired to each other and to the world, not by phone, but by an internet homepage called the Blacksburg Electronic Village, known locally by the nickname BEV.
I recently had a contact from somebody in Norway who had looked at the homepage.
From an engineering firm searching for international business to a flower shop that's getting it.
We had a military person on duty in Kuwait want to get flowers to his sweetie in Pennsylvania.
This town's commerce, its government, and social exchanges are increasingly electronic. A heap of email across maybe 9 square miles in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains, and from here, reaching out to the world. The electronic village idea began when the local university, Virginia Tech, offered off-campus computer access to its 32,000 students, faculty, and staff. And since Virginia Tech is the town's dominant employer, the community fell in behind. And with the help of the local phone company, this march into the future picked up speed.
Well, we have about a third of the community online at home or at work, and nearly a third of the businesses in town with online listings and advertising.
Blacksburgians still drive down to Wade's Groceries, but within weeks they'll be able to simply log on to Wade's homepage and cyber shop from home.
So if a customer selected spaghetti, then our versatile vending software is set up so that we can take them to the pasta section, and there they can select from Mueller's or whatever type of pasta.
And while they're at it, order flowers from the flower shop and have both orders delivered right to their door. Back streets, the local pizza joint will soon be taking orders from the internet too. Even now, diners can print out these cyber coupons and save some money.
They've got a great deal for us to have it at home, set up as long as we have a modem.
Blacksburgians who don't own a computer and modem can wander down to the local library, where a bank of computers is wired up to the BEV network and available to anyone who asks. Pat Silvera just graduated from Virginia Tech, and for 3 days she's been job hunting on the internet.
So far, I've found 5 job announcements that I've applied for since Monday.
Retiree Dennis Spencer comes here to send email to his daughter in Wisconsin, and just about anyone who'll respond.
And I've made a lot of contact. In fact, I can't keep up with the news and everything all the time. I get 15, 20 letters a day sometimes.
What Blacksburg has succeeded in doing is transferring its small town feel right onto the internet. And its supporters say the electronic village idea has made this town even more close-knit than before. Ronald Sechrist, the town manager, says the project initially invoked fear.
That, golly, you'll just end up with people communicating impersonally by computers, and we'll avoid the coming together over the backyard fence or at the corner. And that's not at all what's happened. In fact, it's enhanced the level of communication. More and more people are no longer playing telephone tag in this community.
Instead, they email. And like Ann Wolke-Priestley, they use BEV to check out the new rentals at the video store and changes to the aerobic schedule at a nearby gym.
They keep it updated on here so you can always get an idea of when there's actually going to be a class.
Across town, students at the local high schools surf the internet, researching term papers with daunting themes like
Darwinism versus creationism in schools.
And next year, the Blacksburg Transit Authority will create a first for bus riders. Using the Global Positioning Satellite System, riders will use the BEV network to find their bus and to track its progress.
So people will be able to pull up this Times Creek map and watch the bus go down the road, so that they'll know exactly that, yes, I missed the bus, or no, it's still a ways away. And then we can even incorporate a blinking dot as to where they are.
Such a small town and such an ambitious project, but it's winning converts.
It's fabulous, from what I understand.
I think it's a dynamite idea.
I can't imagine going somewhere else where they don't have it set up.
Amid these hills, the second American Revolution may be underway.
Welcome back. It's 7:21. The information superhighway goes almost everywhere, as NBC's George Lewis discovered on a recent trip south.
Nestled at the foot of Virginia's Blue Ridge Mountains, Blacksburg has long been known as a farming center. It's a perfect rural setting with lush green meadows and hillsides. Some big city dwellers might be tempted to think of Blacksburg, Virginia, population 36,000, as just a wide spot on the road. But this is a place that proudly bills itself as exit number 1 on the information superhighway, one of the most wired places in America. You can get here via the internet thanks to something called the Blacksburg Electronic Village, or as the locals call it, the BEV. It's a computer network which has connected 13,000 local residents to one another and to the rest of the world.
I think it's helping to reinvent what we used to think of as the small town porch of the general store or the village square.
You got a modem already?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
For less than $10 a month, people can cruise the information superhighway. So-called community networks are springing up all over the country, and Blacksburg is one of the models. One of the things they've created here is a virtual shopping mall with a third of the county's 300 businesses already online. At the click of a mouse, you can order flowers or check the bus schedule with the exact route, or peruse the properties offered by local realtors.
Most of the people that I have are very computer illiterate that I deal with in terms of customers and clients. And to them, having access to BEV is very, very important, and it links the entire community.
Professional Air Service, a local air charter operator, has set up shop in the Blacksburg Electronic Village. Go to the company's home page on your computer, and there's a map of the region. If you click on various cities, you can find out how much it costs to charter a plane to those places. One reason for the success of the Blacksburg Electronic Village is that this is the home of Virginia Tech University, which has a large population of computer-literate students and faculty. The regional phone company, Bell Atlantic, saw Blacksburg as an ideal test bed for information technology and helped wire the town. Andrew Cohill, who runs the Electronic Village project, says this isn't about a bunch of people playing with computers.
There's a real sense of community that seems to be growing here that is being facilitated by the network. People are talking to each other more via email, they're writing more, kids are talking to their parents and their teachers more, all via the network, and that's what's important about the technology.
The Blacksburg Electronic Village has started a monthly social so that people who have become electronic pen pals can meet each other face to face.
I think people are surprisingly honest and open on the network, and they're really receptive to meeting new people. I think it's an easier way to meet people, a little less risky.
Bill Zudi says he and his wife moved her employment consulting business here just to take advantage of the computer hookup.
As a result of this, she is doing business all over the country, in essence, because people will access her through the World Wide Web.
Welcome to Suburbia, a Virginia town with its roots in the 18th century, where 21st century technology is bringing people together. For today, George Lewis, NBC News, Blacksburg, Virginia.